Hey y'all, welcome to another powerful, brand new story. I really hope you love it, and if you do, make sure to join the fam by hitting that subscribe button and dropping a comment to let us know where you're watching from. Let's dive in. The Boy at the Grave. The cemetery was nearly empty. Gray clouds hung low in the sky. A soft breeze carried the scent of damp earth and wilted flowers. Richard Milson walked slowly down the narrow path, hands buried in his coat pockets, eyes fixed on the ground. He never brought anyone with him. No one else needed to see this side of him, the side that cracked a little wider every time he stood before that headstone. He stopped. There it was. James Arthur, Milson beloved. Son forever missed. Richard stared at the engraved words he still couldn't force himself to believe. He knelt, placing a single white rose on the grave. Silence, no tears, no words, just the weight of 3 years of grief, heavier today than ever. Then, movement. A small boy, no older than 10, stood on the far side of the grave. He wasn't crying, wasn't praying, just staring. Clutched in his hands, a tiny rusted toy car. Richard froze. Who is this kid? Why is he here? The boy looked up, eyes wide but unafraid. Richard, what are you doing here? Boy, I came to see James. The name hit Richard like a gut punch. Richard, stiffening. You knew my son? Boy, nodding. He visited me at the hospital. Brought me this car, said it was lucky. Richard's breath caught. James never told me. Over the next hour, the boy, Sam, unraveled a truth Richard never knew. James had spent his last year volunteering at St. Grace Children's Hospital, reading to kids, bringing toys, even anonymously covering medical bills for families who couldn't pay. Sam, he said this car would help me be brave. Richard's hands shook. That toy? It was James's own childhood car, one Richard had bought him a lifetime ago. 1 month later, Richard stood outside the hospital James had secretly loved. Nurses recognized him instantly, eyes brimming. Nurse, you're James's father. He saved us too. They handed him photos, James making balloon animals for bald-headed kids, reading in ridiculous voices, arm around a sobbing mother. A stranger in these images. A son he'd never truly known. 1 year later, headlines blared. Billionaire funds pediatric charity in late son's name. But Richard wasn't doing it for PR. He did it for the boy who still left flowers on James's grave. For the parents who whispered, "Your son saved mine." For the child he'd been too busy to notice, until silence replaced the chants. Final scene. Sunlight this time. No clouds, no chill. Just Richard and Sam side by side before James's headstone. Sam placed a fresh white flower on the granite. Sam, softly. Thanks, James. Richard didn't wipe his tears. For the first time in years, they didn't taste like loss. They tasted like love. James's story doesn't end here. Be someone's light. Show up. Love loudly. You don't need wealth, just heart. If this moved you, like to honor James's legacy. Subscribe for more soul-shaking stories. Comment where you're watching from. Share to keep kindness alive.